Just as the sun began to strike the plowlands, rising out of the deep, calm flow of the ocean river to climb the vaulting sky, the opposing armies met, and hard as it was to recognize each man, each body, with clear water they washed the clotted blood away and lifted them onto wagons, weeping warm tears. Priam forbade his people to wail aloud. In silence they piled the corpses on the pyre, their hearts breaking, burned them down to ash and returned to sacred Troy. And just so, on the other side, Achaean men-at-arms piled the corpses on the pyre, their hearts breaking, burned them down to ash, and returned to the hollow ships. Then, with the daybreak not quite risen into dawn, the night and day still deadlocked, round the pyre a work brigade of picked Achaeans grouped. They heaped a single great barrow over the corpse fire, one great communal grave stretched out across the plain, and fronting it threw up looming ramparts quickly, a landward wall for ships and troops themselves, and amidst the wall built gateways fitted strong to open a clear path for driving chariots through. And against the fortress, just outside the wall, the men dug an enormous trench, broad and deep, and drove sharp stakes to guard it. So they labored, the long-haired Achaeans, while the gods aloft, seated at ease beside the Lord of Lightning, Zeus, gazed down on the grand work of Argives armed in bronze. Poseidon, the god whose breakers shake the land, began. Father Zeus, is there a man on the whole wide earth who still informs the gods of all his plans, his schemes? Don't you see? Look there. The long-haired Achaeans have flung that rampart up against their ships. Around it they have dug an enormous deep trench, and never offered the gods 100 splendid bulls. But its fame will spread as far as the light of dawn, and men will forget those ramparts I and Apollo reared for Troy in the old days. For the hero Laomedon, we broke our backs with labor. But filled with anger, Zeus, who marshals the thunderheads let loose now, unbelievable, god of the earthquake, you with your massive power, why are you moaning so? Another god might fear their wall, their idle whim, one far weaker than you in strength of hand and fury. Your own fame goes spreading far as the light of dawn. Come now, just wait till these long-haired Achaeans sail back in their ships to the fatherland they love. Then batter their wall, sweep it into the salt breakers, and pile over the endless beach your drifts of sand again. Level it to your heart's content, the Argives' mighty wall. So they conferred together, building their resolve. The sun went down, the Argives' work was finished. They slew oxen beside the tents and took their meal. And the ships pulled in from Lemnos bringing wine, a big convoy sent across by Euneus, Jason's son, whom Hypsipyle bore, the seasoned lord of armies. An outright gift to Atrides, Agamemnon, and Menelaus, Euneus gave a shipment of wine, 1,000 measures full. From the rest Achaean soldiers bought their rations, some with bronze and some with gleaming iron, some with hides, some with whole live cattle, some with slaves, and they made a handsome feast. Then all that night the long-haired Achaeans feasted, as Trojans and Trojan allies took their meal in Troy. Yes, but all night long the master strategist Zeus plotted fresh disaster for both opposing armies, his thunder striking terror. And blanching panic swept across the ranks. They flung wine from their cups and wet the earth, and no fighter would dare drink until he'd poured an offering out to the overwhelming son of Cronus. Then down they lay at last, and took the gift of sleep.